Hey, Ann Johnson here from the Bold and Classy Women community, and I'm bringing you another bold and classy selling tip so that you can achieve those better results and higher profits. Questions, and more questions. What's up with all the questions? No, it's not a cross-examination. We're not bringing the hammer down by asking all those questions. It's called consultative selling. Now, I know I talk to you a lot about questions, but truly, I cannot think of any part of the sales process where questions are not essential. Now, are you feeling some resistance about asking questions? Do you feel like you're bringing the hammer down on somebody when you start to ask questions? Well, let's talk about why asking questions is the right thing to do. Remember, when you ask questions instead of tell somebody what to do, they're much more comfortable and it helps clarify. So saying, what do you need? Instead of, I think I know what you need. Ooh, much better dynamic when you ask what they need instead of assuming and telling them what they need. Now, asking the question, what concerns do you have, to bring the objections to the table? Again, that might make you feel uncomfortable, but it's much better to ask what concerns do you have and get that out on the table than it is to try to present all kinds of bells and whistles about your product or service, hoping that someone is magically convinced that it's what they need. And closing, wow, questions are so helpful in allowing someone to close themselves. Your questions become a guide so that you're not selling something to someone. Your questions guide them to making the decision that it's the right thing for them, and they will close themselves. So, asking. Let's say someone has a concern about having enough money to make this purchase. Then clarify first by saying, if money were not an object, is this something that you would make a buying decision about right now? This is something you would want right now. Absolutely. Well, now you've clarified that it's what they need. All right. So asking some additional closing questions like, how important is this to you? Are you worth the investment? How are you going to feel without it? If all of those are leading that prospect or client to realize this is really important to them, it's what they really want, then instead of telling them or suggesting how they might be able to afford it, ask, how do you imagine you'll be able to find that money? How do you imagine, or how do you suppose you'll be able to create that money within your budget? If you are telling someone how to solve that problem, how to find the money, then they will automatically, people just do this, they will automatically begin to tell you why each suggestion won't work. Before you know it, you got to be careful. You become an adversary. Now all of a sudden you're in an argumentative situation instead of a helpful guide asking the question, how do you suppose you might find the money? If this is important to you, how do you suppose you might find the money? All right, that was each part of the selling process and a slight demonstration about how questions are really the answer. Now I've got another question for you. How would you like even more tips to allow you better results and bigger profits? Well, have you joined the Bold and Classy Women community? I've heard that there are lots of resources there that do exactly that. They help you achieve better results and higher profits. So I'll see you there. This is Ann Johnson saying cheers to being bold and classy women. Have a great day.